Hello there. Welcome back to the Nerdery. Ahsoka vs. Ahsoka is the Nerdery's most watched video with over 5,000 views. Thank you guys so much. You know a sequel was inevitable, right? Ahsoka vs. Ahsoka 2. This episode will ask and answer the question, which Ahsoka inspires a more dynamic display? Part 1, Box. Both figures come in the new style of Black Series packaging. Top has a clear window with a diagonal cut. There is now box art on the side of the box, and the colors represent their wave. Yellow for the Clone Wars and purple for Star Wars Rebels. Back of the box has more of the same art and their description. Love the art on both boxes. They must have had different artists draw them because they have different face shapes. Number 2 in the Clone Wars wave. And one of the things I really do appreciate about the new style box is the ability to build a mural with it. So here I have figures 1, 2, waiting on 3, 4, and 5. Part 2, Face Sculpt. Dude, my first impression is...
Move, Kenobi's arrogance.
You'll find I have many qualities for you to dislike.
Right out of the box, you can notice several differences. Clone Wars Ahsoka has a darker skin tone, and the markings on her face are a thicker and bolder white. I really appreciate the contrast between the skin tone and the bright white markings. Another thing to note is their Leikus are different colors. Clone Wars Ahsoka's is a light gray with a dark gray, whereas Rebels Ahsoka is a yellowish white and blue. They're also a different shape and length, and there is a big difference on the paint app of the tip of the Leiku. I wonder if that was intentional or if I have some kind of variant or error. The head dresses are also different to match their appearances in each respective show. That also correlate really well with their outfits. On the back of their head, they are a completely different shape and sculpt. Clone Wars Ahsoka is way more minimalistic, and the grayish blue really matches her outfit. My guess is they made this change to have better head articulation. Old Ahsoka had decent movement side to side, up and down, and a little bit of head tilt, but was definitely hampered by the size and the length of the Leiku. Clone Wars Ahsoka moves freely. I think the head is on a different type of ball joint as well, but she looks up and down extremely well and has awesome head tilt. Dude, you know I need some head tilt for my favorite Grey Jedi. Part 3. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Right lightsaber is Rebels, left lightsaber is Clone Wars. One of my favorite parts of the Ahsoka novel was how she built her lightsaber from scratch. Really, really cool piece of canon. Also has a very opaque blue and much thinner blade. Rebels Ahsoka saber is thicker and holds much better in hand, which I'll show you in a second, and I just like the detail on it. I thought one of the coolest parts of the Rebels 4-part finale was when Anakin gave Ahsoka these lightsabers. I'm not crying, you're crying! Her left-handed lightsabers have a difference in blade length, which I actually appreciate that difference because I like how that looks in the series. Again, I also really like how the blue pops on this lightsaber and felt that the Rebels one should have been a clear white. The other advantage of the Clone Wars lightsaber is it is thicker and holds in her hand much better. Dude, and it just looks cooler, doesn't it? Part 4. Body sculpt and posability. Because Ahsoka has this awesome Mandalorian armor in a sweet slate blue highlighted in silver, she gets an incredible range of 360-degree motion. This Ahsoka is set up the same, but the chest armor here limits it slightly. They both come with a hip skirt belt, but they are completely different, and I'm really glad for the change of aesthetic. Rebels Ahsoka has a soft good skirt, is like a yellow, brown, and taupe, whereas Ahsoka's is that slate blue and silver. And I gotta admit, man, my eye is always drawn more to blues and greens than browns and taupes and yellows. Her Clone Wars outfit is incredible. And then you add on top of that is that it's basically some minor Mandalorian chest armor. And just like all of you guys, I'm cracked out on Mando stuff too, but I really have been since the Clone Wars. They have the same articulation at the forearms, which is greater than 90 degrees. Only difference is Clone Wars Ahsoka's paint apps have multiple colors. For posability, her upper body is off the charts. Wide range of 360-degree movement, and it kicks out pretty far side to side, and I really like that with a lightsaber-wielding character, because if you get him tilt, it looks like she's winding up or falling back, right? Or she's attacking, and I really appreciate that. And the shoulder comes way out and gets full rotation. Double pin knee gets pretty good bend. But where this figure really struggles with posability is right here at the boot. And I appreciate the aesthetic they're going for here with the wrinkled boot hanging over, but high heels are never good for posability. And the way this boot hangs, it hinders a movement just a little bit back, but completely forward. Many times with Black Series, if you want to pose a figure in a forward lunging position, I've found you kind of have to press forward a little bit so that it has a tilt this way. So this figure is definitely hampered by the lip that hangs over it, and it makes it hard to pose, and she does become very wobbly. So both figures lead to having maybe a little bit more stoic poses just to keep their balance. Part 5. What kind of story can I tell in the display? I've really found my Zen garden with my displays. One thing I try to do in each cabinet is have a story the figures are telling. My current two favorites are Jango vs. Obi-Wan and the Mando vs. Incinerator Trooper. For Rebels Ahsoka, I'm envisioning the world between worlds fight vs. Vader, Ezra running to interfere before she force pushes him back. This focuses on these three figures and then allows me to put the rest in back. By the way, how cool does that carbonized Vader look with Ahsoka? For the Clone Wars Ahsoka, the first thing I thought of after unboxing her was most definitely this. But the next thing I thought of was posing her with Maul in the Mandalore throne room for their duel. Darth Nihilus will have to stand in for Maul for now. I could have the two of them posed verbally sparring or already in duel. In the background, I'd have a couple of Ahsoka clone troopers, which I'm now told will be arriving in January. Then, the Maldalorian and the Loyalist Mandalorian, try saying that 5 times fast, would be jetpacking in the back, firing their blasters at each other. Dude, I think that is such a cool way to pose her. I cannot wait to get the rest of the figures from this wave and put that together. Let me know in the comments below which one you would do, or if you had a different idea for these figures for your display. Which Ahsoka inspires a more dynamic display? I gotta be honest, man, Captive Decisive is here today, and I'm 100% gonna say it is the Clone Wars Ahsoka. I love Rebels Ahsoka. I was thrilled to get her. She looks great in the display with all my other Rebel figures. But you have an upgraded face sculpt, bolder markings on the face that contrast with the skin color better. She looks like a gray Jedi in her slate blue and silver outfit. Her lightsabers are upgraded, the hilt is thicker, and it holds better in her hand, which makes her more posable. And then she's got Mandalore armor, man. Plus, if I'm really looking at which scene I want to build, well, I love the world between worlds scene in Rebels. Dude, the Maul duel Mandalore throne room scene is all-time great, man. To me, the best duel of all time is Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Mustafar. I mean, that's just easily the GOAT. But that duel is probably in the top 5. Let me know in the comments below where you would rate it and what your favorite Star Wars duel is. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to join the noble quest of building this action figure collection. See you real soon.